In this video, we will see code implementation. Now let's quickly do the code implementation of water flow. So basically I will first create the function where that was where Pacific Atlantic. This is the function. Okay. Now function with the I having heights. Okay. Now everything will be in this function only. So I will say let pack is equals to this will be my 2D array. Okay, basically my matrix empty matrix. So I will say new array. Okay, and the heights dot length will be its length. Okay, then I will fill it with 0. Okay, and I will map it with the new array. So that basically this is a formula to create a 2D array. Okay, so basically I'm using map to quickly create 2D array. Again the height size will be heights of 0, basically first row length. Okay, that will give me the height, and then length, and then dot fill with 0. So I will fill with 0. So basically why I have done height 0, basically it's first row. So basically this will give me the columns, number of columns. Okay, so this is for Pacific and the same goes for Atlantic. Okay, so I will create the Atlantic one here. Atlantic. Okay, so where Pacific and Atlantic done. Okay, now what I will do, I will use the first row and the last row. So I will simply use for let I equals to 0, I less than heights dot length. I can do first that heights dot length or height 0 dot length, because that is for the first row. So let's do with the first row. I plus plus, remember height 0 is basically number of columns. Okay, then I will call my DFS function here, and then I will call DFS function here. Okay, in the first one, what it will be, basically 0th row, right? And basically number of columns changing. In here this will be the last row, so heights dot length minus 1 comma I. Okay, done. Now what I will do, I will pass heights here. Similarly I will pass heights here. Okay, then after this what I will do, I will pass same, because I want to pass this as a previous, right? There is something as previous concept. Okay, and like previous pointers, so I will pass this as a previous 0 comma I, right? And I will pass this as a previous. Okay, done. After this what I will do, I will pass here Pacific. Okay, here will be Atlantic, because the last row will be at Atlantic. Okay, done. The same thing we are going to do with the columns, right? I will start from 0. This will be heights dot length. Okay, and it will be I comma 0 now. So I will say I comma 0. Okay, and here also it will be I comma 0. I comma 0 Pacific. Okay, and here also it will be I comma heights dot length, I comma heights 0 dot length minus 1, right? I comma height 0 dot length minus 1. Same will be goes to here. Okay, you will get this thing once I will clear the what is DFS. I am just planning the parameters of DFS. Okay, so basically remember that these points will be marked as previous point, right? Okay, now let's understand what is my function DFS. Okay, so DFS I will start from I comma j, basically this I will take met, basically my matrix, and I will say previous index and previous j. Done. And I will pass the grid. Okay, basically grid will be my Atlantic or Pacific. Okay, done. Now what I will do, if I is less than 0 or j less than 0 or I greater than equals to n or j greater than equals to n, what I will do, I will simply return. So I will return. Now what is n and what is here, because here I am passing met, so instead of n, let's say I will be met dot length, and it will be met 0 comma length. Done. Okay, then this is one condition, boundary conditions, right? Now if your current index is smaller than the right previous index, the previous that you have checked, then what you will do, you will return it. So met of I comma j, right? If it is lesser than met of previous, because see, you are coming from the previous, these are the previous indexes that you have passed, right? You are coming from the previous, right? So your pointer should be greater than, right, to come. So when I will return it, when it is lesser than, right, basically opposite. So previous of I and previous of j. Okay, so I will simply return here. If it is lesser than, I will simply return. Now if grid is already equals to 1, then what I should also return, because then there is no need to again go through it, right? Because if it is already marked as 1, why I need to again check for that grid? So I will simply return. Okay, after this what I will do, I will make that grid I comma j equals to 1. Done. And then I will call my for DFS, basically my DFS, that will be I comma j comma met comma I comma j and comma grid. The same grid I will pass, right? Now these will come 4 times. You can take one for loop as well, right, where you can simply pass all these points. So one comma will be I plus 1, one will be I minus 1, one will be j plus 1, and one will be j minus 1. These will be my 4 directions. Okay, like this one. Okay, once this is done, right, this will be my DFS function. Okay, done. Okay, now what I will do, after this, I will basically count if, because now this will basically mark the grid. So now I need to count if both the grids have the same one pointer, that means I will take that point. So I will take let count equals to 0. Let count equals to 0. If there is, I just need to count. So it was, if I need to count, I guess I don't need to count, I need to return the complete cell. So what I will do, I will take one array is equals to this one, and what I will do, I will simply start from for let I equals to 0, I less than, again same heights dot length, then I plus plus, then I will pass for let j equals to 0, j less than heights 0, first row dot length, and j plus plus. Now if both the Pacific I comma j is equals to 1 and the Atlantic I comma j is equals to 1, what I will do, I will simply say that push this answer. So I will push this answer, basically I will push I comma j into my array, right? You can take this array or result or answer as answer. Once you have done, okay, in the last, before the function calling, what you need to do, you need to return answer, and that's done. Okay, basically this will be done. So if I submit through in Leetcode, so here you can see this is the same problem, right? I have used the complete same method here, right? If I submit it, right? So what it will do, let me remove the count here, and here I used array. If I submit it and if I run it, you can say accepted, submitted, yes, done. Okay, so basically this is how you can solve this problem. So in the next video we will talk about the dry run of this problem, basically how this is working. I previously give you a complete idea of it, but let's do the dry run with few examples so that you will get a complete crux of the code, how basically the code is working internally, how the recursion is happening, how the different call is working. Okay, so see you in the dry run video. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you.